Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Perfectly Shameless. I'm here with Belky.
Hi.
And Tanya.
Hey guys.
We're eating pizza.
Yes.
Because we're hungry. We were running late.
And it took 40 minutes.
It took 40 minutes to get pizza from Costco.
But it was worth it.
It was so worth it.
Uh-huh.
We were in line. And it was
cried.
worth it.
You cried?
Yeah, she cried on the way here.
Why did you cry?
Because I was frustrated and hungry.
Pizza?
No.
Before that.
Before that.
Thank you.
Same girl,
So yeah, how was your week, you guys?
I had a interesting week. I went to a Dodger game.
Nice.
We lost. But that's...
We, like you were playing me?
I am there. I'm part of the team because I'm a fan, so I say we.
Are you a fan of the Dodgers or the Matt Kemp? Or Kershaw?
Girl, I'm a fan of the Dodgers. Okay, Matt Kemp left and came back, and I was still a fan. But yes, I'm also a fan of Matt Kemp. If you really need to know. You really must know. No, but it's cool. Like, I think it's super cool, like, going to games and interacting with people that are not from your city, because we were sitting right next to this guy from Chicago. And obviously, you know, he's going to be rooting for the Cubs, but it was just really fun. He was saying stuff, we were saying stuff, and then at some point, like, I don't know what the guys did, and I was like, you know what? Your seat's over there. Go back with the Cubs fans. And then he goes, no, but I like you guys. You guys are fun. And I was like, we don't want you. Go away.
Go back to your...
Go back to Chicago.
Your designated area.
Mm-hmm.
How was your week, Tanya?
It was pretty good. I mean, I worked Sunday. And then I was off 2 days. And then lucky I was looking forward to today because I knew I had 4 days off.
Are you excited? Do you have any plans for your 4-day weekend?
Tomorrow, I don't know. Might go out.
Nice.
Maybe.
Okay.
And then Sunday, Marvin doesn't work, so I think we're just gonna hang out. Maybe go see his mom.
Cool. Sounds like fun.
You?
I had a lot of work, which sucks.
Work or like work?
Like my work.
Okay.
Yeah. I had meetings and stuff to go to. Like today, I was at a meeting and then I saw like a million messages when I got out, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
and then you spelled my name wrong.
I did.
Disrespectful.
I have baby brain.
You.
What does that mean? I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
No, that's because today Deanna was messing with her.
No,
but listen.
You have to be honest with us, though.
What?
This is perfectly shameless. You have to be
no,
honest
I'm
with the people.
I'm not pregnant.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
No, she has a strawberryta. How could she possibly be pregnant?
She's one of those moms.
I don't think Tanya. I believe Tanya is not one of those moms.
She could be if she wanted to.
I mean, she could be, but she won't.
But I'm not. I don't know. I was having like brain farts left and right today.
It's okay. We all have those days.
So you were having brain
farts too. Oh wait.
Yes. No. Wednesday she comes up. She comes to ask us something like the simplest question, and I was like,
no, hold on, no. But I warned you. I was like, Eric. I was like, please don't judge me, but I'm having the worst brain fart in the world. He was like, what? And I was like, do we send a tech appointment to the Smart Flow board? And he's like, what the hell? I was like, dude, oh my god.
It took me a second to like fully grasp, and I was like,
and the answer to that is
yes, you do.
I thought so.
Wait.
Oh, you see?
I don't. You have to. I don't work in the daytime, so I don't do tech appointments.
See, it was not a stupid question. Just saying.
She was just going back to her overnight brain.
So today we're going to be talking about high school, you guys.
We are going to be talking about that interesting 4 school years that everyone has to go through, unless you're like some. I mean, even homeschool people still have to do high school, technically, just at home.
I never liked high school.
I have a bittersweet relationship with high school.
What about you?
I love high school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so we have all perspectives this time.
I think so. I mean, I had my obviously my bad moments, but I really did.
I got there at 10.
At 10
a.m.
To school?
Yeah.
Oh boy, what kind of school you went to? Honestly,
no, the school started at 8.
Oh, okay.
I got there at 10.
Oh, okay. I would always be late. Always.
I was
always.
You were never late?
My mom made sure I was never late.
What?
Did your mom take you to school?
Mm-hmm.
See, I had to take the bus.
Sure.
A very unreliable bus, may I add. The Dash. Anyone in LA understands.
I lived a block away.
The Dash also runs around here.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what runs up here. I'm just saying that this particular route is not reliable, and I'm still upset. This one time the bus literally broke down at the bottom of the hill to get to school. I was on time and did everything right. Everything. Breaks down at the bottom of the hill. This dude doesn't let us go until like 10 minutes afterwards. So I'm right there like running my fat ass up the hill. And I literally make it to the door, and then the thing rings.
Oh no.
And it just so happened to be on the day that they were like the director and stuff, the counselors and stuff were waiting outside to see if to catch the tardy people.
Of course.
And then they get...
Did they do tardy seats at your schools?
Oh! Hell yes, they did.
You know, I always thought that was like the dumbest thing ever.
They used to do the bathroom pass thing. Like, if they would catch you coming out of the restroom, like in the middle of like class or whatever, they'll ask you for a pass.
What?
I mean,
yeah.
That makes sense. No, but in my school, like, if you were like, if it was like before the period, they would round everyone up, take you to like this little room, and give you like a tardy slip.
Oh.
And it just made you even more tardy. And I was just like, okay, how does that help anyone?
But at least you had that tardy slip to give to your teacher.
Yeah, but
otherwise,
you would still be late. Like you would still be.
Yeah, you're late.
Yeah. But at that point, it was just like the slip basically just said that you were late,
you
so
were
they took you away and then they took you back.
Yeah. And then they gave you the detention for being late.
Exactly. I never went to detention.
What? I did.
I was
a good kid that just never showed up.
I was a good kid. I was just late. Okay, let me clear that up.
I think I was pretty good too. I mean,
my Spanish class I never went to and I got an A.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's cheating.
Oh, hell no.
You cheated.
I never showed up.
Who is
LAUSD, please revoke his high school diploma.
I think his name, and I'm going to say it now because I feel like he's retired, is Mr. Recalde.
Ooh, that's an interesting.
Recalde?
No,
I never showed up. I was never there. And I got
How did he pass you?
I don't know. I didn't want to ask him though because I didn't want to.
He probably He probably confused you with like the 4 other Erics that were in your classroom.
I'm fine with that.
All Hispanic.
No, but the funny part is that I had like AUU because they would have like the absences on there.
I had an AUU once. I used to love when you like. This is so stupid. When you would get like an A as your overall grade, but like attendance wise and like what was it, like behavioral wise, you got like a satisfactory, so then it's spelled ass. I'd be like, oh, you're an ass, and I would laugh because I'm not a mature person. But yeah, so the stupid bus breaks down at the bottom of the hill. I make it to the door when the bell rings. And they're like, you're tardy. And I'm like, I swear. The bus just broke down at the bottom of the hill. And they're like, yeah, right. We heard them all. And I was like, I'm serious.
Go on.
You could go down the hill and you'll see it there. I was like, this is not fair. I got detention. It was not cool. And it was after school detention to be exact, which is like the worst kind of detention. Like, I don't want to be extra time at home, although my senior year, I spent way too much time in high school, like in the actual school. Like they kicked me out of school once because I stayed there too long, hanging out with friends and stuff. But yeah, like high school was interesting. Mm-hmm. Did you like?
What was your favorite subject?
My favorite subject was history.
Ah.
I love history. I had Mr. Busalaki all for
That's a mouthful.
Yeah,
I'll be like, yo, teacher.
Yo,
what up?
Mister.
So funny because like we're obviously all Hispanic in the school. I went to Belmont.
Belmont.
I don't know what that is.
Nah. I went to Belmont. That's in LA. I didn't have school spirit, okay?
Listen, Tanya has it for you.
So thank you, Tanya.
10 years later.
She didn't even go there.
I didn't go there, but hey.
But she got the
I was the person like yelling out the opposing team at like the homecoming rally.
I know what's wrong with you.
So their like rival school was Marshall. And I'd be like, I don't even remember what their mascot was. So I would just be like, Marshall! Marshall! And then everybody would give me the stink eye. I'd be like, what? I don't have school spirit.
What high school did you go to?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I went to 2 high schools. I went to Hollywood High School.
Yeah, nomás.
And then I went to
Fancy.
Poly High School.
Olive?
It's not
Poly.
that.
Oh.
It's not that.
Poly?
Poly.
Oh, Poly. Where's that at?
It's in Arleta.
Oh, why so far?
I used to live around there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. When we first moved to the valley, we moved to where... You know where Hart and Laurel Canyon is?
No.
No? Okay, hold on. That's right.
Now that all sounds familiar to me, yes. Tell me more.
Yeah. You?
I went to Van Nuys High School and then online school.
You went to Van Nuys High School? Marvin went to Van Nuys.
What?
What? You guys probably even knew each other and stuff.
He's 31, so he's...
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, because I have family that went there too.
Oh,
like
really? Well, his sisters did too.
Oh,
and
damn.
then most of his friends did as well.
Oh.
Yeah. They're all Van Nuys. It's crazy because when I first moved out here, I was supposed to go to Van Nuys High School.
Really?
Yeah, but my mom had heard that Van Nuys was a little, you know?
Yep.
Sketch.
Yeah, so she was like, no, let's get you into the most, like, preppy.
Prestigious school.
Yeah, right. The most preppy high school you can find, and there you go. Polly came through, and...
Damn. I was there for a year and a half.
Van Nuys?
So we all went to 2 schools.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you count online school as a school.
I mean, it is.
It kind of is.
I went to... So, Belmont is like in the downtown LA area. So then they opened a new school. And I was the first class to graduate from Miguel Contreras, MCLC, because the long ass name.
Hold on, let me look that up. I want to see.
I don't think I come
Miguel
out in their
Contreras?
website.
No.
Miguel Contreras Learning Complex.
I've just never heard of that
That
school.
sounds complicated.
Yeah, it's a new school.
I
That's
know
why it's
that
called
Miguel Contreras?
MCLC.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
School.
Do you have time for MC?
No.
We were the Cobras. They did some stupid thing like...
Of course.
And I remember we were in the rally. And they're like, come on everybody, let's do it. And obviously me not having school spirit at all. I was just like, nope, I'm not doing that. With my bangs on my face. I'm not doing that.
What was your school mascot? You were a cobra.
Yeah. I was a cobra slash...
you were a parrot?
It was a parrot, yeah. A lot of people, you know what's funny? Every time that we had like those games, like football games or stuff, they'll be like, Polly, want a cracker? They'll always like fuck with us. Like they'll always say that.
That's perfect. Well, they used to call people from Belmont Chootmont. And anyone who knows what a chunt is does not want to be a chunt. And it was basically, and this is really messed up because like we had a newcomer center, so it was like basically people that were like coming in from different countries, you know, and they didn't know they didn't know any English or anything, so people are mean. That's all I gotta say. No. But yeah, we all fell in the same category. We were chuntmans. People from Marshall were marshmallows, which I kind of don't find that very offensive. But hey, man, we worked with what we had. I don't think we had a nickname when I was still a senior at MC, but I'm sure they have one now. I don't know. But yeah, no, it was interesting because all 4 school years I was in this thing called, well, not all 4 years. I want to say the first, like 9th grade, 10th grade, I was in this academy called AVID. So it was like to prepare you for college. And I remember from like middle school, like the last few weeks of 8th grade, the academies came in, you decided which one you were the most interested in. I was not interested in any, and they had told me that my grades didn't meet up to their AVID curriculum. So I was like, alright, cool. Like between the summer I get this letter that tells me that I'm like in the AVID program, and I was like, what?
How to get into this?
So I was a bit upset because in order to be an AVID, you had to carry this 3-inch binder.
Ew.
And you had to take C notes. Oh, ew. Man, it was bad. My first
C notes?
Yeah. That's what we called them, okay? Cornell notes. I'm sorry. I call them C notes.
C notes.
So it became an ongoing joke, like where we would purposely have conversations with our friends, and then we'd be like, hold on, let me take out a paper. I need to take some C notes. And,
oh my god.
And so we had to carry that binder like the first 2 years of high school. It was not beautiful. We carried it for no reason because they canceled the program like halfway through, and I was so mad. I was like, well, first of all, they kicked me out because my grades were not that great. So I was upset. I was angry.
It's sad. You see, mine, they had like programs like magnets. Mm-hmm. And I was, when I got enrolled in school, I was in arts, media, and entertainment. Mm-hmm. So I kind of knew that I wanted to pursue that career for a living. And it worked out perfectly.
I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life because I didn't know.
Originally, when I started school, I wanted to be a psychologist.
A psychologist?
Mm-hmm.
You are a psycho like that.
I don't know, though. I don't know, because I'd be like,
what do you want?
That's perfect, though.
I feel like that's all how you would be like.
That's perfect, though, because it's not going to be, like, attached to someone, like, or
not at all.
Sympathetic to anyone. He'd be like, okay, so your problem here is this. You need to fix that. And then they'll be like, it's because, no, it's
what do you want me to tell
nothing.
You? Just shut up and go home.
Just do it.
And how do you feel about that?
Pay for your services.
Oh, no.
What am I, a prostitute?
I mean, essentially. Essentially. Okay. So, my favorite subject was history. What was your favorite subject?
That's hard. Like elective-wise or like actual school subject?
Oh, okay.
Actual school.
What if we do both?
Okay.
What was your elective?
I had no electives because I was a bad kid.
Oh my God.
My grades were kind of bad.
So for my actual subject, I think I would have to say algebra. For like math in general.
Oh no.
And this is gonna sound so dumb, but the reason I like math so much is because it's the same everywhere.
I hate math.
I love it because it's anywhere you go, it's the same thing.
Well, I mean, your logic makes sense.
You know? And like I'm like that with numbers. Like I will get like, you remember closing out? I'll be like boom, 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 boom.
And I'd be like, why? Why is this saying negative here? I don't.
Yeah, like I process numbers really well. And as for like an elective, I would say calligraphy. I took it for 3 years.
Elective for me would be choir.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
choir.
So you're a singer?
No.
That's what you're trying to tell us.
No. But yes, I was in choir for like 3 years.
Hacernos una rola.
Though my probably breaks right now.
They want to hear you.
No.
They want to hear your voice.
I'm sure they don't.
Who is they, first of all?
People listening.
Carla. Carla, if you're listening.
Can you please text Tanya and tell her that
you want
to hear her
sing?
Shout out to Perla. We went to Vegas this weekend.
Ooh, how was that?
Dude, it was so much fun.
Really?
Yes. It was the two of us only.
Nice. That sounds fun.
Yeah, we got really drunk.
I saw.
I know Lydia was telling me too. Yeah. She's like, girl, I was like...
We were all watching. We were like, oh.
No.
She thought she was partying with J Balvin and Nicky Jam and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I was like,
She's like, yes. Anyway, subjects.
Subjects, I would have to say it was English because I used to like writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely my favorite. So my second favorite. Well, it was between history and English. Mm-hmm. Mainly because I had the same English teacher all 4 years. So she is one badass person. I think like to this day she's one of my like actual like female role models that I know. She's like my mentor. Okay. She was intense. Like she cursed us out once, and I always tell her this. Like,
you still talk to her?
Yeah, we're Facebook friends.
Oh yeah, I'm friends with my choir director too. Still,
not scary at all.
Yeah. You know, even after when he used to work for LA High School, we used to go visit him and we used to go watch his class. Yeah, because we were already out of high school, but he always invited us, like, or like to chaperone, like when they did like Christmas caroling or stuff like that. He would ask us to go and like chaperone for them.
Yeah,
so we were like the older kids, you know.
She cursed us out once because for some reason, this is actually a funny story. For some reason, everyone, like a lot of people were late that day, so she was fed up and she cussed at us. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't know if she's gonna get in trouble and I don't want her to, but to me that meant a lot because she was like, oh, and I know I used that word, you could go to the principal's office right now and tell her, and I'll admit I don't care, like whatever. She was like, you go, but you guys don't get it, you guys need to, basically she was like, you need to get your shit together. And then I was late.
Of course.
In the middle of this lecture, like this was prior to her cussing at us because I was there and I was like, oh damn, she's serious. She means business, all right. But the funny part of this story is that I'm like trying to like sneak into class. I sit up front near her desk. Okay, so there's no way, I'm not hiding from her, I'm just trying not to make noise. So I'm like, I put my bag on the desk and she's a mad, and then click, 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 all my pens and pencils roll out of my bag, and I'm just like staring at her intensely like, you didn't see that happen. That was not me. I don't know what's happening. And everybody just looks at me. I could feel everyone staring at me. And I'm just like covering my face with my hands. And I'm like, why me, God? Why? What did I do? And I was like, I'm sorry.
You would.
Like she just like, but she looked, cause she looked at me. She looked at me with this like face, like I will murder you, and this is the end of your life. And I was like, oh, no. But she I mean, she cursed us out because she actually cared about us. She wanted us to, like, do our best. Oh. And some of us were not
fully there.
We just need a kick in the house to get it together. So yeah, she was my favorite teacher. To this day, my favorite. She was one of the few people that I, like, really connected with. She would be my go-to person to whenever, like, I had, like, serious issues to deal with. Like, I didn't go into depth with it, but she kind of, like, scratched the surface when I was in high school. She helped me out a lot. Like, she was one of the first few people to start, like, noticing that something was wrong with me when I started getting into that depression. And she, like, for our senior year, we had to write about something that was difficult and helped us grow as people. So that was the first time that I decided to talk about, like, how I was suicidal and how all that stuff, and go into detail as to what led to me, like, wanting to do that. And, like, when she read my essay, she was like, wow, I didn't know you were going through all of that. Like, I wish I would have known to be there for you more. And I was like, oh no, you were there enough. Like, you didn't know anything because I didn't want to tell you, but you were there. Mm-hmm. So, like, she's usually the person that I go visit whenever I need, like, a boost, you know. And so far she still does that. Like, this one time I was looking at my yearbook and I read her message to me, and it was just so positive, and, like, you could tell that she does her job because she loves it, not because of how much she makes. Like, she gives, like, her 100% to her students. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go visit her. And I was like, oh, you know, I came to see you because I read your message on my yearbook, and I was like, I need to go see her just to let you know, thank you. And she was like, oh, stop it. And then we started talking about life and crying and stuff. But, like, yeah, like, it's tough being a teenager sometimes, you know. Like, whatever you see as an adult now, and you're like, oh my god, that was nothing. Why in the world was that a big deal? Mm-hmm. Like, at that moment in time, it's your whole world. And that's why, for me, high school is a bittersweet thing, because I was tackling my own personal stuff, like stuff that came from home, little arguments between my mom and I, and, like, other problems that came up with family, and then having to come to school, dealing with the fact that, like, you know, you're not doing so good in school, but you're trying your best. And, like, along with that, having to be responsible for your, like, younger sibling and, like, stuff like that. So, like, for me, she was that person that was, like, an adult that would listen to me and didn't have a bias, because she was not my mom and she was not my sister. So she was a fresh pair of eyes, and she didn't know me in, like, that personal level to say, like, things to be, like, biased towards me. You know, she would just point things out, and she would, like, make me see things from my mom's aspect in a way, and, like, at the same time be supportive and make me aware that I was selling myself short as far as my education was and what I believe I was capable of. And well, I mean, I'm thankful that I had that support as far as my teachers and stuff. But, you know, I also went to Belmont, which had a lot of teachers that genuinely did not care, you know, and they were just there to make you read a book in front of them. And, I mean, like, I don't know where I was going with this, but it was a good experience in that aspect, where I got to meet these people that do their job because they love it, and you know, they inspire certain things in certain people at such a young age. And they make them believe that they could be much more than what their neighborhood offers them, you know? But then we also had like the moments where like we will mess around with teachers, and we would really mess with our history teacher. Me and a friend of mine, Isabel, we would go into our history teacher's class and steal his chair and take it to another room. And like he would do his lecture, like first part of his lecture he would be in front of the class talking to people and talking to the class and stuff, and in the second half he would have us do like a worksheet from the book and stuff. He decides to go to his chair, and he said his desk was behind me. And he's like, where's my chair? And I was just like, no, like minding my own business. And like, he couldn't even see my face. And I wanted to chuckle. He was like, Belky, I know you did it. I know you have something to do with it. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what the hell? And then, like, when the class ended, I think he sat in the student desk.
Oh my god!
And then when the class finished, my other friend, Elizabeth, she comes rolling in with the chair, and he just glares at me and Isabel, and he's like, I knew it was you guys. And like, oh my god. And there was this other math teacher that we would really miss. Like, we were bullies, okay? Like, I was an annoying student. That's all I have to say. And I apologize to all my teachers.
Oh my god.
Did you guys ever do pranks on teachers?
No, but I had a teacher, my history teacher would let me ditch in his class.
What? Oh, like from another... I knew a lot of teachers that did that with their... Oh, actually, I did that with one of my teachers, actually. It was the last day of school, so nothing was being done. Okay? But this particular teacher, she took us outside, out of the school. And, like, you know, we got to know her on a more personal level, and we were like talking about life, you know, like it's rough being a teenager and stuff. She took us to Portos. It was a really cool experience to have. Like, she was like, you can't tell anyone this happens. You do realize what's at stake here. And here I am now telling it. But I thought it was really cool. Like, it makes you like realize that your teachers are people too, which is something that I still don't grasp. I'm just like, oh, you guys are people too.
You have a life.
I went to like a barbecue for my English teacher. And I was just like, she had wine and beer, and we were all 21 at this time, and it was just so weird. I was like, you do realize that I feel very uncomfortable drinking around you, right? It's just like, why? I'm like, because you guys are people. You guys were just teachers. The person, like, you, in my mind, you guys didn't like fun, okay? And she's like, no, we like fun, just at the appropriate age. It was, oh my god, it was...
That reminds me of my math teacher. We were so close. Like, I remember her getting pregnant the first time and leaving, and I was so mad. I was like, why are you leaving? And then the second time, she's like, you're going to be an uncle again. I was like, what? And she's like, I'm pregnant again. I'm like, I hate you. And so she had to leave again. I was like, ugh. But yeah, we were so close. She was like the best.
Did you guys ever have like those moments where you were like excited that the teacher wasn't coming to class? You're like, yes, substitute teacher.
They will start rolling out that thing with the TV.
With the TV?
It was movie day class.
But here's the catch. Then it turned out to be like the most strict substitute teacher ever.
I never
and
got
they would
substitute.
actually make you work. Oh my god, dude, I had that. This lady was just like, no, I didn't like it.
It's like we had a substitute for 6 months. Don't ask me how. And it was literally, it was a computer class. And no, it was an actual class, but like it was all computers. Like we had computers in the desks. And so what this like substitute teacher did was just like let us do whatever we wanted. On the
nice. They robbed you of your education. That's perfect.
Yeah, a whole 6 months with a substitute teacher who would just make us do like whatever we wanted online.
We had this
Didn't
like
they block the internet though? Remember,
they did,
there was
yes, they
somehow
did, yes,
there was a way to like log into
yeah.
MySpace.
Oh my god, MySpace. Let's get into
You
that
have to
part.
get into like the mobile version instead of like the full version. Because like
I
our
don't think
computers,
there was a mobile version.
there was.
No,
yeah,
not at
there
that
was.
point.
Not
Or when I was in
MySpace.
school. Yes. No,
No.
there was.
Oh, mind you,
Like,
she's
to-
younger than
Oh
us.
yeah, you are.
That was just like,
Disculpe.
what are you
I
talking about?
forgot. That's true. But yeah, I was like, no way. In high school, no.
Yeah, so for us it was like we would put m.myspace.com, and that's how we would be able to log into.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
computer,
Yeah,
though.
because we started doing that
Yeah.
when I was in senior year. They're like, all you have to do is that. And I'm like, you freaking idiots. We're in the lounge area. There's a teacher right there that literally just heard you and ruined it for everyone. With the day that I found out, so I only used it for a day. I was like, how will I know if someone comment my picture, man? Which is obviously the biggest thing.
you're
I think MySpace was like MySpace is just a whole topic on its own, man.
Oh.
Like,
MySpace days.
Yes,
did you guys have that like slideshow on your profile?
No.
Dude, I was on some crazy,
for the pictures
yeah, on
and stuff?
some
Yeah.
crazy level of my MySpace. Okay, my MySpace was not ready for dial-up internet, man. I needed some Wi-Fi, man. My MySpace was on that level because it had like falling down letters. It had a slideshow, and it had music.
Oh,
So it was it had videos if you wanted to watch them. My MySpace had it.
You know what I loved about MySpace?
Yes.
Yes. I love MySpace because
But did
it
you
taught.
make backgrounds, or did you like copy them?
No,
No,
I made
I
them.
would actually like add stuff to my background. Ask me how, because I don't know. But I would somehow like.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is what I loved about
It was like
MySpace.
the beginning of coding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I loved about MySpace. It taught you how to code.
Dude, I changed the color of the font on my MySpace. I changed the font of my MySpace. I changed the picture somehow. I knew how to like do all this crap.
Ask me how to do it now.
I'm pretty sure like
Pretty sure if I
after-
give you a computer and like MySpace, you'll figure it out.
No.
Yeah.
But like techno for us.
Dude, techno for us.
That shit
What
was
is
so
that?
You don't know.
Dude, I think techno for us was like a dating site.
You know, I don't know what it was, but I had this friend that told me about it, and we were in high school, and she was like, "Hey, dude, this is
Do you have a
called
techno?
for us."
And I was like
Yeah,
the
I was like-
music?
I was like, techno? I was like, what is
So-
that? And then she told me, she was like, oh, it's a site. So she gave me the site, but I didn't know that it was an actual, like...
I think it was a dating site,
I
dude.
don't know, dude.
What?
Because like all these random ass
I haven't
people that like that would send me messages, okay? So I was like,
I met some guy in there.
yeah, and they were like, hey, what's
What?
up? And
Yeah.
it was like a messaging thing. It wasn't some like, oh, I'm here to look for a man.
Let me
Did you guys
finish
wait?
the
Hold
on.
on. Did you guys ever use the party line?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
my friend Isabel, she called it once, and
Thank you for calling. Whatever the number was.
and
party
see,
line.
we weren't even like those like girls that were like trying to like flirt with guys. We were like a bunch of like,
fun, yeah.
like nerds, you know. Like we were like, oh sí, eres un pendejo, right? And we were just
They
kind
still
of.
have it.
Oh my god, that's
Oh
crazy.
God.
I don't remember my username.
I know my username has something gatita, and that's and I don't want to go further down that black hole because I will be very embarrassed because I did stupid stuff. Did you? Do you guys remember AIM?
Yes.
The dial-up, dude. I swear, I was in middle school and I remember my mom asking me, "Are you on the internet? Because I'm expecting a call." So I would always have to log out.
Oh, I know.
Like she has to use.
Dude, or remember how like
kids will never know that. Do you realize that?
Yeah.
Do you realize that they will never hear that?
Oh my god! Okay, why is the internet not working? Check if the phone's working. If the phone's working, they locked us out.
Oh
my god! And like, so you know how like on Facebook people put like how they really feel, and how on Yahoo Messenger they will put it on their away message.
Yes.
Oh my god!
You know what that reminded me of? Like the BlackBerry.
I still have my BlackBerry. I still have
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry.
I used to have a BlackBerry.
I love BlackBerry.
There was like that little.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you know what that reminds me of? In high school, I had a sidekick.
Oh my god, Sidekick!
That was everything.
If Sidekick,
everyone had a
Sidekick decides to make the phone again,
they did. They ruined it. They killed it. They destroyed it.
No, the whole point of the Sidekick, the Sidekick. I am appalled, speechless even. No, the whole point of the Sidekick was the fact that the screen would like flip over.
But you know what happened?
If one thing that my ex-boyfriend did right, he gave me a sidekick.
Oh.
And I thank him for that. Till this day, thank you, wherever you are, miscellaneous, not saying your name, because you don't need the promo.
That was crazy. Those were the days, man.
Dude, I was so excited, like, to get a sidekick. Like, I was obviously out of high school at this point, but sidekicks, man. Or like, do you remember the Boost Mobiles?
Yes, the walkie-talkie.
Can you chirp me?
Dude, I used to have a flip phone. I got my
the
first cell phone
Razr?
when I was 16.
I got my first cell phone when I was like 8. No, I wasn't 18. I was like 17.
I was
17-ish.
I
was about to graduate.
They don't want to buy me one.
My parents either. One
day
I
had the Boost, the walkie-talkie one. I love that so much.
My sister
and it was like $1.
Now?
It was like it was like $1 a day for like unlimited like walkie calls.
Yeah,
I still remember that.
That's
so funny. Man, it
crazy.
was.
Remember how they used to charge you per minute?
Yeah.
For fucking text.
Yes.
Remember when T-Mobile had your top 5?
Yes. And how like calls after 7 were free.
Can you call me after 7?
So you have to wait until after 7 to talk to everybody.
It is 6:59. I'm gonna have to not be in this room.
I used to have like the other phone that I got after was a little, what was it called? The chocolate?
You have the chocolate.
Yeah. Because and that was the first phone that had music. Because that was a big thing about it. I was so jealous. I was like, I want to listen to music.
Have you guys seen the original iPhone? Before like the iPhone, the first iPhone?
Yes.
I have that one. Watch, I'll show you. Yeah, it was
we'll describe it to you.
Like it had a keyboard.
Remember when you guys
right?
Remember when the first iPod came out though?
Oh, iPod? Yeah, the iPod was.
Oh.
And then the Nano came out. And everybody was like so excited. Oh man, see.
I don't think I ever had an iPod.
I had an iPod.
No, but I had a
Nano.
I had a CD.
Walkie. Did you guys ever like? Oh my god! What?
That was before the iPhone.
Not.
And I had this.
What?
You had that looks like a BlackBerry.
I know.
So Motorola made this phone that was supposed to be integrated with an iPod. So that was like the first iPhone.
What?
Yeah.
That is
it's
insane.
$249 now.
Nah.
Well, I had it with a contract with Singular. Do you guys remember Singular?
Oh my god.
Singular now is AT&T.
Yeah.
Dude, there's
so
crazy.
monopolies, man.
Yeah, like it was so crazy. Like this was like the iPhone, technically.
Were you because I think our generation, like during high school, is when we experience all these like technological advances where you're just like, huh, do you remember that? Like, oh my god, I forgot about that. So do you guys remember Zune and this like Sony MP3 player that it was you put the music in a floppy disk?
Oh, what?
Yeah, in a floppy disk. One of my high school friends had it, and I was like, "What? That's so dope!" It's like a cassette, but not really. It's a floppy. Like, let alone remember floppy disks.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember floppy disks?
No, yes.
No, I don't. Yes, but that.
I remember the MP3s that you would like that have like, the USB, the USB thing, and then you would just connect the whole thing to
the computer. But I don't think I ever
with
saw
floppy.
that.
No.
Dude, like this guy had one, and I was like, "What? That's so cool!"
I need to see this.
That was so cool.
Siri, find me a goddamn floppy disk player.
Yeah, it was so insane.
Go back to 1999.
Oh my god! Also, around that time, YouTube started.
Yeah,
that's when I started my YouTube.
In high school?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Swear.
Yes.
I swear.
And then I gave up on it, and I was like, "This is not for me."
My friends that are now married.
De mis matanzas.
Thank you for to remember you, Bonnie.
Oh my god, I can't. I'm like going on a trend.
Oh my god, it's a thing.
Technology was like a thing.
Oh no!
Do you guys remember?
No.
Do you guys remember any? Yeah, it was that one. My friend had the blue one.
There was another one though. It was like an MP3 player too, but there was another one.
But it was like a USB.
You remember? Like
they did, yeah.
They sold like a few little MP3 players.
What about fashion
when all that
stuff in
no,
our schools?
No,
like, do you guys remember
baggy
anything?
pants.
High school. You know what I remember the most though? Middle school fashion. I remember like the girls in high school, then middle school, they would stuff their their shoes.
With the calceta?
With the calceta.
Yes.
It
was the Adidas, yeah, and it was like
the Chucks.
Really?
Yeah, they used to stuff the thing.
What? I remember the Adidas where they would not the Adidas. Yeah, wait. Yes, the Adidas, and like with the thick socks. No, with the thick laces.
Oh,
and the sock in the middle, and like
on
top.
Wear, like double socks.
Yes.
I don't know. To me, that was always weird. The only thing I did wear though was the little baby doll shoes.
Baby doll.
Like, you know, have you seen the porcelain dolls? Like the little shoes that they
have?
The
strap-on?
strap-on? Yeah, like that.
Okay. I don't think I remember, like...
Oh my god, when they used to put rubber bands around their, like...
Yes!
I did that. So they wouldn't drag? Yeah, I did that. I'm guilty.
Or in my school, they would tack it to the back of their shoes.
What? No.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I don't know about that lifestyle.
I never saw that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You know what Marvin told me the other day? He's like, he was wearing a black shirt and he was wearing some like black gloves, and he had a beanie on, and he's like, I feel like one of those cholos like that go to high school and that's all they wear when it's cold. Like, so yeah, it's like I remember
were you guys like since we're now into fashion or whatever, were you guys like with the cool crowd or with like the not cool crowd?
Honestly, I was pretty friendly in high school. I think I'm still pretty friendly, but I was really friendly in high school, so I talked to basically everyone. Like in all my classes, I would have like different like people that I would talk to. So it wasn't that I only had like, but I mean, I would hang out with a certain group of friends.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
but you'd be okay with.
Yeah, but these
broad
people,
spectrum.
like, they were all, like, it was, like, football players and soccer players and volleyball players and the girls, cheerleaders. And, yeah, you know, it was kind of, like, a little bit of everything. But, I mean, I talked to pretty much everyone.
That was the first year that I decided to make friends. Because before that, I was like moving from school to school to school to school to school to school.
And you're like, whatever.
Yeah. Like I would go to any school and I would be like, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I'm not going to make friends.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
And then I made friends and it was just like, okay, we're moving you. And it was one of those things where like every time I would see my parents come to school, it was like I knew that was it. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
I think middle school was the first time that I had a best friend.
Really?
Her name is Erica. And I still talk to her on
really?
Facebook. And stuff. Yeah, she had a baby. She had a baby recently. Not recently. She's a little... Maybe he's like 2 or 3. But she had a baby.
Shout out to Tanya's friend.
Shout out to Erica. She was my bestie. And then high school, like, I mean, I think it was like 8th grade to like all high school. It was this girl, Jennifer Blackpool.
Okay.
She was my bestie.
And you exchanged her for Jennifer?
And then I met Jennifer. And they met, dude. We went to her sister's baby shower a few months ago.
Okay.
And I took Jennifer with me, and I was like, dude, come with me or whatever. And then I introduced them. Yeah. I was like, Jennifer, this is Jennifer. And then she was like, I'm the original one.
Ooh,
she told her.
Dang, okay.
Guys.
Damn, you're the other Jennifer.
The other Jennifer.
Damn, that's crazy.
So you definitely were not even in a category.
Me?
Yeah, as far as like the high school food chain.
I was friends with a lot of people, but it was never a group.
Okay.
I had a best friend. No, I had 3 really close friends, but that was it.
Okay.
And then I was just friendly with everyone else. Like I don't know. I always gravitate towards people, and I'm just like, ew. It's like at work. Like so many people know me, and I'm like, oh, what's your name? I feel bad sometimes.
Why? Because people know you.
Like the other day, I went to a department. I'm not gonna say which one, because just in case they're hearing. But I went into a department, and like I was gonna ask someone a question, and then some like from the background, they're like, "Oh, hi, Eric," and I was like, "Hi," and I was like, "Okay, anyways."
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was. We'll talk about this later because I need to know who it is, though.
Oh my! How do you know? I know.
I'm sure you know.
Excuse me.
You know people at work.
I do.
Like you know their names.
I do.
I don't bother to know that. It's just like unless if I don't need you in my life, like I won't remember your name.
Yeah.
I'm just touching my hair, man.
Yeah, but that year I met my best friend, which we still talk. We keep in touch. We're not close anymore.
Yeah.
But we still keep in touch.
You know what's crazy though? Like, even though like I still have people from middle school and high school like on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And then, like, it's crazy to me to see them, like, having babies and
growing up,
and growing up. And then I think, I'm like, damn, like, this is how fast the time went, because what the hell, you know? And then these are people that I used to, like, hang out with, like, even after school.
Yeah. And now it's like...
And now it's like...
How life changes.
Yeah, or, like, the other day, dude, I posted a picture of my mom on Snapchat for, I think it was for Mother's Day.
Okay.
And all these like people from like middle school and high school were like, "Oh my your mom doesn't change." Like for them to remember my mom. Like I was like, "Oh, that's okay." Crazy. Like it feels. I don't know. It's just weird, but
look, having this conversation reminds me of something I was talking to Lorena, and it's a little bit off topic, but hear me out.
Okay.
So we were talking about this, and like,
no, I've had it.
It was me, it was her, and who else was it?
Vanessa, probably.
I think Vanessa, and we all started tripping out, and she's like, "I'm not even high." So. Have you guys ever thought about this? Like, listen, hear me out.
Devastated. Yes. No drugs were involved in this.
Hear me out. No, because that's how bad it trips you out. Like, have you ever thought about, like, we're all people, right?
I hope so, yeah.
Listen! We're all people having the same experience, but 3 different experiences.
Yeah.
All in one.
Yeah.
Like, you're having your own experience, I'm having my own experience, and you're having your own experience.
Oh boy,
but it's all the same experience.
About this?
No,
we
thought about this, but we were just talking about this the other day.
Do you think that we would have been friends in high school if we would have gone to the same high school?
No.
I would have been your friend. I don't think Eric would have been our friend.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think Eric would have been our friend.
I genuinely don't think so.
I think you and I would have been friends.
Yeah.
I feel like we had the same vibe, you know? Because I was miscellaneous as far as the food chain goes.
Miscellaneous?
Yeah. Because I hung out with people that the punk rockers or whatever. I hung out with the cholos. I hung out with the nerds. I used to hang out in like teachers' classrooms sometimes.
Yeah,
like I did it all. I used to be. I was an emo kid.
Of course.
That
new people
didn't dress so much like an emo kid. Like, I kind of, but not really. The only way you could identify me as an emo kid was because my bangs would always be like covering half of my face.
You had the typical emo haircut, huh?
I did. I sure did. Did you guys?
My hair in high school? My hair in high school was very simple. Like, it was just, like it is, maybe not like it is now.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, but I think I would always use like mousse.
Okay.
And I would punch up my hair a lot.
I did that.
I used to do that a lot.
The crunchy hair.
Remember that, like, when they used to do this and they used to tie it back here with a little.
Oh yeah, I never said that.
I never did that either, but like I remember girls doing that too.
She saw my face change. She's like,
no.
Remember when the girls used to like do like two little bangs? Like strings like that.
My god!
Oh my god! I hated that so much. But I'm pretty sure they hated my freaking hair covering my face. So so we're even.
My hair
I
was
had like a
totally
really
natural.
short hair, like bob looking thing. And I always looked mad. And I was angry at the world. And I was singing My Chemical Romance. Did you guys see the picture that I posted on my Instagram? I was just like, I call that picture my Gerard Way picture because I look so pale white. I don't even know how that even happened because I'm freaking brown. And like, and all this like black jacket and all that stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm channeling MCR vibes so bad. I showed my sister the caption, and she was like,
of course,
I'm gonna like it because of the caption.
MCR.
Oh man,
that
was my favorite band.
Were you guys ever like?
Did you ever go to flyer parties?
I used to go to house parties. Well, actually, you know what's funny? I had a friend. I'm probably not going to say. But I still talk to him, and he just had a baby too. Dude.
Oh god!
Like, everyone's having babies, but he used to have this party crew called Good Times Fam.
Oh.
And my friend Karen and I, we were the only girls in the crew, in the party crew, and we used to throw like flyer parties and stuff, and we were the only ones that were allowed to sell the NOS.
What?
We were the only ones that were the only girls that were allowed to sell NOS, because every time like the party crew wanted to make money.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude. So they'll let us in.
I forgot about that.
I remember this one time, like we went. It was a flyer party, and I remember like we had a tank. I think it was like a little, like a medium-sized tank. And the cops got there, right? So everyone's like running around trying to get out. And then I remember it's them two in the front, like my friend driving, and then there's another one, and then it's me, my girlfriend, and then someone else. And I had the tank in the middle, dude. And the cops, like, literally, they stopped us, and then they were, like, looking around and see what's up, dude. All I remember was, like, I grabbed everything I had like that, and then I hid it somehow, and then they told us to get out of the car, and they didn't find the fucking tank.
Shut up.
They didn't find it.
Shut up.
No,
oh
dude,
my god.
They did not find it. They didn't find it. So we got out of it, but it was like, what the heck? Yeah.
That's crazy.
My mom was strict, so I never went to the flyer parties. But I knew of them. I was always just like, I was curious, but at the same time I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can survive if I don't go to this flyer party thing. But a lot of my friends were into that, and I was just like it sounded a little too wild for my taste, and hear me out, I know I sound like I'm a crazy person like that, but I was just like, I don't know, man. I know you people. I know you're crazy, and I'm not ready for that. But yeah, no, I remember a couple of people freaking invited me, and I was like, get my ass whooped by my mom or be cool at school. I think I'll pass. I think I'll skip on the cool. I was afraid of my mom. It was not a lie. And people would know that. They'd be like, oh, come on, doggy, stop being such a square. And I'd be like, look.
You don't know my mom.
You don't know my mom? And just because you don't know my mom means that you should probably not want me to. Exactly. Oh, no, because my mom was that person that if she knew that you were up to no good, she didn't care. She will make it a point to make a cameo at your party. Oh, no. So I'd rather just be a good person and just go home and be good.
You see, I had the psychotic mother that would get my friends drunk.
Hey, where's your mama at? No,
even to this day, she will get you drunk just so she can see you.
So did you start drinking when you were in high school?
No, I was never a drinker before I turned 21.
Oh wow! I
started drinking after I turned 21.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh.
I used to. I don't know.
You're such a liar.
I'm dead serious.
I was such a little I guess I was such a little scary cat with my mom.
A wuss?
Yes. I wouldn't drink. Like, I would go to parties and I would hang out and I would do NOS and sometimes I would smoke. No, that's it, you know?
That's it.
That's it. But I was never really a big drinker or anything like that. I don't think so until, after I turned 21 because I started hanging out with, let's go to bars and stuff, you know? So, it went from there, but I wasn't really a big drinker.
Oh, no, I started drinking when I was 16.
I started drinking when I started working here.
Oh.
At this job.
Yay. The bad influence.
She's alcoholic.
Woo. No, I
don't drink as much anymore, though. I used to drink a lot, not no more.
I started drinking while I was in high school.
I thought she was going to say water.
I started drinking water at a very young age.
When I was a child, to be exact. That H2O
got my
took me to good
glass
places.
of water. It's amazing.
Oh, my taste buds.
No.
Back when water was good.
So, so I remember my first alcoholic drink. So I had to take summer school.
Of course.
What did I do? Did I have to take summer school that year?
You got kicked out of that program.
No.
You didn't have electives.
You're right. You know what? You're right. Because I didn't pass. I think I didn't pass English class.
Good job,
and obviously I was not gonna get my ass whooped. Oh no, let me tell you to the extent I went to graduate high school on time because I was not gonna have my mom whoop my ass for not graduating on time. See, side note. Side note. See, my mom was just like, if you don't graduate on time, you're screwed. And I was like, okay, well, this is not going to happen. Literally, everyone in the school told me, you're not going to graduate on time. And I was like, bet. I took regular school. I took summer school. I took after school. I took home studies. Oh, but my bitch has graduated, okay? I made sure it happened. They didn't have my diploma at the ceremony because they didn't believe that I was going to graduate. But
do they have anybody's?
Huh?
Do they have anybody's?
I don't think they didn't have me on the list. I was a last minute addition to this thing.
Oh, sad.
People were like, "Oh, you actually made it? You actually made it?
Real?
Yeah." So so I did all of that because I was like, "Oh, well, I'm graduating on time." And I remember my history teacher was like, "Why couldn't you just do things right?" And I was like, "Because, mister, I like to work twice as hard for my shit. For myself." And he just looked at me and shook his head and he's like, I don't know what to say to you. And I was like, just say that you're happy that I made it through, okay?
Right?
That's all I need to know. That's all I need to hear from you. And he goes, well, congratulations, I guess. back to my original point, which I forgot what it was. Oh, summer school and my first alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
So, my ex-boyfriend wasn't per se the model student either. He was what some may call. He became what some may call a super senior.
What the hell's a super senior?
It's someone that got held back.
Okay.
It was a senior 2 times.
Senior to the second power.
Yeah, exactly.
Senior square.
So like, so him and his friend happened to be in my.
Hold on, sorry. For anyone listening to this, and if you got held back for senior year, don't be ashamed of yourself. You were so great that the teachers did not want to let go of you.
Exactly.
Hey man, you're trying. You're staying in
Even
school.
if you're not
trying,
teachers just want you there. That's how amazing you are.
You take your second chance.
They want you again, and you don't even try again. Just stay there for another year.
Also, if you're 16 and you're drinking, put that drink down. You're not 21. Behave.
They drink more than we do.
I get right.
What will your mom say?
Dale, mijo, dale.
Dude, that reminds me one time. I think it was for like a house party. There was this like, okay, my friend Karen and I, like, we would always sneak out of our house. Like, we would tell my mom, like, I was gonna sleep over.
You guys were terrible kids. You know, all I did was drink alcohol, and you guys did all that crazy shit.
Disculpa?
You too.
I just kicked
You're
it
included.
I just kicked it with potheads.
So you had that secondhand
smoke. He
smoke.
still kicks it with potheads, guys.
And alcoholics now.
Yeah.
No, but they were like
For
hardcore.
shame.
Like,
Marvin and I are super hardcore
no,
potheads.
they were hardcore potheads.
Oh. Damn. He's questioning
Like
your
I would get there at 10 and they would.
Smoke? 'Cause I got you.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
you guys,
Marvin.
bad influence right here, Tanya.
Marvin's like, no, not my weed.
I know, it's not my weed.
It's funny because
Text me right now and say that shit better be good.
that's funny because at least in my school, by the tennis ball courts, there was buildings and people were always
Dude,
getting hurt there.
that's
No, but
already
listen,
screams
it was the
area.
dumbest
Come
thing.
on.
It was the dumbest thing ever because like the neighbors would look into them and like see them getting high and nobody would say anything.
At school?
Nobody, yeah,
That's
nobody would say anything.
I don't think.
And like hardcore, like you could see like the freaking smoke.
That's so funny.
Nobody would say anything, and like the neighbors were looking at us like. I mean, I never did
You're
it.
like, hi.
I never did it. I just hung out.
You're
with
like, I just want you guys to know that I'm not smoking.
Thank you.
How was like your dating life in high school?
Finish your story. Let me finish my story, and then we get back to that.
Oh yeah, my Karen story.
Yeah.
Here, let me write this down.
Let's put
We would like, dude, like I remember this one time, like she was like, okay, we gotta get out through the bathroom window, right? Mind you that the bathroom window was like,
small.
I used to be skinny, not no more, but like it was like really small, and then we had to jump like from the toilet all the way up, like literally fucking high
That
to
is
get out.
commitment.
Yes, dude, to go to a house party. So here we go, right? We're fucking going, and when I go, like she's very professional at this point. Like she's fucking all quiet, like a ninja, like jumping out of the window. And here I come, fucking trying to jump out, dude. And then I push myself up, and I go boom, like on the wall. And then she's like, dude, and I'm like, what the hell? I was like, I'm so sorry, but we didn't get caught. We left.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and we had like our friends waiting for us outside.
Yeah.
So we go. And then there was
That's
like
cute.
this like couple of guys that we used to party with. So one of like she was interested in the guy, but his friend would only go to like be with his friend,
Of course.
and then I would be there too. So we would dance. Like, that was my dance partner. But we never did anything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he was really super
Yeah.
nice with me. Like
He
we were
was just
cool.
like, I'm just here for that.
Yeah, like let's
ambiance.
just dance, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time. But he never tried
He was
to
just
do
not
anything
interested.
like
Were you
Maybe
interested?
He wanted to be.
that.
No.
No, it was more like a friendship, like a dancing like thing. Cause I was always like, I don't want to dance with some random person.
Yeah,
like it's just weird.
yeah.
But with him, like, cause I knew him,
Yeah.
and he was
So
like,
like, all right,
you
you're
know,
cool.
yeah.
You check.
So
You good?
we would dance.
So, my story. So we were on that same same classroom and stuff. Oh no, it's a math class. I thought it was English, but I had English before that. Anyways, that's not the point.
I mean, break her house, why don't you?
So they had went to the liquor store near that school, the summer school, whatever, and I don't know how they got away with this. Like, honestly, I don't even know. I'm not going to question it. It just happened. They would sell them alcohol. So they bought, like, Cisco's.
Oh, God.
You know it's called a Cisco, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's Cisco. It's like a flavored alcohol.
But not Crisco.
It's almost similar to the MD 4040.
Oh.
The MDs?
Yeah.
Dude, I had
kind of like
as
that.
an adult and I cried. Like, I almost died. I didn't get out of the car. I could not get out of the car. I was drunk with one, dude, with one. And that was an MD. So they had an extra one. And they're like, hey, do you want this? And obviously I was like, yes. Yes, be my friend. I like you.
Of course.
So they gave me the drink or whatever. And it stayed in my bag for like 2 days. And then one day I was like, let me check this out. And then I got swirled into the world of alcoholism, and
10 years later,
I drank one. I'm not entirely there, okay? I'm somewhat there.
When was the last time you had a drink?
Last time at the Dodger game. I only had one beer.
And when did you go to the Dodger game?
On Tuesday.
What about you? Last time?
Last time I had a drink?
On last Friday.
No,
Miss. Last Friday? Segura?
No, on Monday when I went to Vegas. On Monday when I went to Vegas.
I was like, Friday. She was like, yeah. And I'm like,
wait,
really?
No, I completely forgot. But yes, on Monday, yes.
Because you were so drunk.
This morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Nice. That's beautiful. So dating life. My dating life was like it is now, almost non-existent. Actually,
I count you.
I spent most of my high school not like having crush on people, but not really dating. My first boyfriend was oh my god, no. I have a really funny story as far as like high school and my first boyfriend. So I had a friend named Elizabeth.
Wait,
how do you say that?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all and your unique names.
We call her Aris.
Yeah.
Aris Beth.
Uh-huh. So
I never got time for that.
she was like in one of those like little crews or whatever, so she knew a lot of these like cholillo guys.
Hey, what's up?
And there was this guy that they called Trigger.
Oh my
Hold on.
Hold on.
So she was like, oh, he likes you. And I was like, not feeling it, whatever. And like they kept egging me on and stuff. They're like, he really likes you, you should give him a chance, blah blah blah. No. And I was like, I don't even know this dude. Like, how am I gonna date somebody I don't know?
Yeah.
And then eventually I was like, okay, let me talk to that guy. So this one lunch break, he spent all lunch with me. He started talking to me, and I talked to him in return. And we had a whole conversation. And then he's like, oh, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was just like, I guess.
Oh, damn.
Like that? Like you guys didn't even
Better go on.
Well, I mean, I felt like that. I hope I didn't sound like that.
I know you, I don't doubt it.
So he was like, all right, cool. I was like, okay, so do we like hang out? Like, I don't know how this works. Like, literally, that was the only time I saw him. And then the next time I saw him, he was kissing some other girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
How old was he? Was he older or the same age?
I don't remember. I think he was probably like a year older. But I was just like, okay, like,
where's the trust?
I cried a little because my ego was hurt. I was like, how dare you? But then like, my friend was like, but you didn't really like him. And I was like, you're right. Like, why am I bitching? And so that was that. And then the first person that I kissed, and he was my boyfriend, was this guy named Devontae. And yeah, he was cool. He was nice. And he had to move, so we broke up, and that was it.
Damn.
That was the end of that. Then I like some guy named Eduardo. So, and my friend also liked them, and this was also the
that's the one you told me about. Yeah.
That was like, I want to date you. so whatever, whatever. Then I dated someone from Marshall. So actually, I had more.
You were active. You were out there.
Is that why you would cheer for them?
No, there was Marshall. The weird thing about that was that this was before I knew him. Okay, God. We met through MySpace.
Of course.
We fucking met through MySpace. Bringing true love to people.
Remember that song, dude, that said the MySpace song? It was a reggaeton song.
What?
No.
Did you guys all
The telephone one?
Oh,
no.
Wait, no.
No me manda mensaje, it's something like that.
No. Wait, did you guys ever like use that like fake MySpace website? It was like Moco Space or something like that?
No.
It was a thing. It was literally like MySpace, but like a knockoff version of it.
What year was this?
Like 09.
Oh no.
Oh boy, I was already past MySpace.
I was already past MySpace too.
Wait, was it? No, it was before 09 then.
I graduated in
2007. It was before Facebook.
Okay, so I went on
Or Facebook?
like,
yeah.
I wasn't on Facebook.
I know it was MySpace.
In a while.
It was MySpace, then it was Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wasn't on Facebook. I got on Facebook because of something that I wanted to do something with.
MySpace was still on though, during that year. Moco Space? Dude, I don't know.
Like Booger? Like Booger Moco?
Yes.
Like Moco.
I wouldn't want to chat in a place called Moco.
It was very popular-ish.
It was?
Yes.
Where was I?
I don't know.
I was on a hiatus.
I was on a hiatus.
Yeah, I took a break from like social media.
From all your boyfriends?
When MySpace was like becoming boring to me. So yeah, I think I did it like about 5 people throughout my whole high school because I had crushes on people. I had in between all these guys, I always genuinely had a crush on my ex-boyfriend. He was like my sweetheart. We were like best friends. Shut up! Why do you have to make it so lame? We were super cool. Like he was always ditching. I was always doing the stuff I had to do for school.
Oh my god.
He was so bad, dude. But we were...
You were meant to be.
We were best friends. He was my best friend. So... the weird thing about the guy that I dated that from the other school was that he had my same last name. So people trip out. They would be like, "Are you guys related?" And I'd be like, "Yes, incest." I'm into that. I'm like publicly announcing that. Like, no, of course I don't know him. Like, he's Mexican. Jeez. I'm not.
We're from different countries, man.
Yeah, but it was pretty weird. He was kind of an asshole to me. He was mean.
Damn.
And then he broke up with me.
Of course.
And I was just
Really?
and I was just like, okay. And then afterwards he apologized. And I was like, well, can't say you weren't a dick because you were. So
Damn.
So yeah. They always come back. I'm just kidding. And then I dated my friend Miguel, which
Your friend?
Yeah.
He's still your friend?
I wouldn't say we're as close. Like, he has his wife and his child and stuff, but we talk here and there. I think that was like the most like peaceful relationship, I guess, because I ended it because like he was hanging out with an ex-girlfriend of his, and I was like, look, I appreciate you too much as a friend, and I don't like that you're hanging out with this girl, and I just feel like we're not clicking, and I don't want to ruin our friendship. So that was
very mature of you.
I know. So I have broken someone's heart.
Damn.
Oh.
It's okay.
Can we go back to episode 1? And
Heartbreaks and rejection.
Exactly.
People.
But
back to level 1.
I'm sure he's doing way better without me. Like, he has his child, he has his wife.
He could have had that with you.
Oh God, no, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't have.
Yes,
like, have you seen my life? It's a mess. He's happy.
He could have had a little Belky or a little whatever his name is.
Do you guys want to share that?
Sure. She's like, on it.
Well, I thought she was going to open it.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
I thought because you wanted it.
Anyways.
No.
How's your dating life?
My dating life in high school. By the way, that's Belky opening a
can of soda.
Don't lie to them.
Why are you lying?
Nah,
Damn.
it
is. Let's see. High school.
Let me count.
You know what though? High school, it was like my first heartbreak. Like, it was the best, like the worst heartbreak that not the worst, but like back then it was like the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this guy who, I'm not gonna say his name, but it was this guy, and okay, but see, it's my fault, and I'm gonna say it, and I hope you guys don't judge me for this.
Why would we judge you?
Oh, I will judge you.
Okay, first of all, have you realized what the name of our show is?
Like the way we came
have you realized what the name of our show is?
Yeah. Well, okay. One of my friends.
Judge Freestone.
One of my friends.
Not on my end.
Damn.
She was dating this guy, but then they broke up.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Then that had nothing to do with. That was nothing to do with me.
You didn't break them up?
No.
Okay, then why should we judge you?
Hold on.
I feel like this is going
so then she had asked me and this other girl, like, hey, can you guys talk to him and then see if you guys can find out why this is happening?
Oh, well,
blah,
she
blah,
fucked
blah.
up.
And then hold on, no, but he started hanging out with this group of guys who would hang out with this girl that used to live with me and my family. And so he would come around.
So it was inevitable. It was
so he would come around, and then one day, like, he made a comment, like, I don't know what happened. Like, he made a comment.
Like, hey, Tanya.
No. Oh, hell no. Hell no. He had made a comment, like, there was this girl that used to live there, and she was older, and I guess, like, she thought he was cute.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, oh, te voy a montar un beso. Like, le dijo, like that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I thought that sentence was going...
I thought so, too.
No.
I was going to say, okay.
She was like, all I remember was her saying, like, te voy a montar un beso. And then, as he was walking away, he goes, well, that's what Tanya should do.
What?
And then right there, I was like, did anyone else hear this? Because
was it just me?
Yeah, and then somehow like we ended up like dating, but he ended up doing what he did to her to me as well. Like, he was a cheater, straight up cheater. He was one of those pretty boys. He was a pretty boy. That first mistake.
That is what they now call
fuck boy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for the word. But let's be honest.
Let's be real.
Go on.
Yeah, so he used to be a pretty boy.
I forgot about those.
And dude, like I was so heartbroken because like I really, really liked him. Like I was like,
still
oh
talk to
my
him?
god, no.
Isn't your like friends or anything? Curious to know who this is now.
I don't think I have him as a friend at all anymore. I don't think it's been
We'll
years.
discuss this after.
Yeah.
I want to see
We'll
what it is.
add him on Facebook.
No, I don't have him.
And send him
look
all
at
these
him.
Oh,
spam.
maybe he
Just
doesn't.
spam. Spam his stuff.
Got this.
Yeah.
We're detectives over here.
But he,
We
yeah.
think we are.
No, we are. I can find anyone in 2 seconds.
So that was one. And then I dated like 2 football players.
Oh,
Look at you.
damn. Look at
Popular.
I
you.
dated 2 football players and one of them broke his leg during the game.
Was it your fault?
No.
Was he looking at you and he got distracted?
Probably
No.
did. He was like, oh my
I
God,
wasn't
my-
even at the game.
That's why he broke his. He was supposed to
And
be
that's
there.
why he broke his leg. He was
God,
like, I
see,
wish
that's
Tanya
battle.
was here. Bam!
I
You
know.
ruined the season for your
God.
school. Thanks a lot.
But no,
Awful.
I wasn't even at the game.
Exactly.
And then,
that was your mistake.
Right, probably. And then, let me see.
And then you're like, no, his leg's broken. He's not cool enough for me.
No, you know what?
Ew.
You know what? But it was weird, dude. Like, I don't know. It was weird. Like, with me and him, it was more like, it was just awkward. Like, we were in a relationship, but
But not really?
Yes, you know?
Yeah.
It was like one of those high school relationships that.
Oh.
So that was that.
It was
it
no
didn't
más
last.
para- It was only for the views.
It didn't
It was
last.
only for the likes.
Come down YouTube.
And then I dated this guy, Robert, that played for varsity football team.
Ooh, girl,
And I
look
was
at
like,
her.
alright, you know, and then nothing happened with him either. And then when I moved out here at Poly, I didn't have a boyfriend. I had
2.
no,
I have
no.
3.
He was
One for the weekend.
actually no. I'm lying to you. I did, but it was only for like 4 months.
Well, you had 3 for 2 months? For 4 months?
No, 1 for 4 months.
Oh.
Oh my god.
We're talking about 3. This is all you have, but.
¿Crees que mi amiga es?
¿Sabes quién crees que yo soy? Yeah.
Yes.
So then that's it.
Did you want them?
I'll get them right now.
Oh yeah.
So,
Damn, that's crazy.
so that's all. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Wait. Yeah, that's it.
Damn.
I think so. And then, oh, actually, no, I'm lying to you because it was one other person that I dated who I like.
You what?
No, I don't even want to say it.
No. You already started.
Say it.
Who I lost my
Oh, your
flower.
Okay.
Who I gave my flower to.
Okay, Jane the Virgin.
Yes.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And he was
But
older.
this was during high school?
During high school.
Oh, shoot.
It was during high school.
No, I was a late bloomer. I lost it when I was 19.
No, it was in high school. But I was like 17, so it wasn't like, I mean, it's still kind of young. But I was like 17. But he was older. He was like, I think I was like a junior. No. Was it junior and senior?
I've never understood that.
Freshman?
Sophomore
No. Sophomore? Junior?
and senior, yeah. I
Okay,
like
yes.
that.
I think I was a sophomore. I don't know. I wasn't junior.
I never paid attention to that.
I was 17. So I saw him, and then, but he never like. I think he did like me because you know it's crazy when he found out I was gonna get married. Like he
Wait,
told,
recently?
Yeah, he like one of my friends. No.
What other marriage?
No. Leave me out.
I've never been married.
Threw me out.
Yeah, what the hell? No,
What?
but yeah, he like told
You know your other marriage, Tony?
I was like,
Your
wow,
previous marriage?
What previous?
What previous?
Jesus.
The one you haven't told the audience about?
Oh my God, Marvin. No, he told like someone, like, and one of my friends told me that like he was like, oh, like tell her to like to give me one chance before she marries, and I was like, what the hell, like I haven't even like.
Yeah.
Come find me,
Like,
bro.
what the hell? Like I haven't even talked to him in years. And he has a baby. He just had a baby too.
This is my question. ¿Qué les das?
Pregúntale a Marvin.
We'll discuss this after. That's crazy.
What about you, Eric? How's your dating life?
How right now?
No. High school? You're in high school?
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately. I had a steady girlfriend from 8th grade to graduation.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Is this the
She's in the book? Yeah.
Okay.
This is art?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, you don't have to go into details.
Yeah, but it was nice. And I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. But yeah, it was nice. It was good. It was a good run.
Now I feel like a jackass. Hey! And then as soon as it came out, I was like, oh, I'm channeling something that I don't think he's ready to.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'm still not ready to talk about it. I didn't talk about it in the book. You guys know, obviously. There's a few people in my life that know, but yeah, I don't know. It was hard.
It's a bittersweet memory.
It's a good memory overall. Okay. I wouldn't say bittersweet. It was a good memory. I feel like the way things ended, obviously, it would mess anyone up.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good.
Did you ever get in a fight in high school?
No, you know what? There was this one incident where oh no, wait, that was middle school, so that doesn't count. But the only one time that someone wanted to get me into a fight, like, this girl was like, I'm gonna kick your ass after school, 3 p.m., you better be there. And like, I already called
I'll be there.
Oh, sure.
Otherwise, I'm gonna kick your ass even more. And like, mind you, little do people know what other people are living before they like open their yap, you know. So I was like, I have nothing to prove to you. You know, I was like, you think I'm gonna be stupid enough to go over there? What if you do kick my ass? I'm gonna look like a fool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have nothing to say to you. I have no reason to fight you, and I don't care. I'm not gonna be there. And they're like, oh, you're a wuss. And people like instigating up the wazoo. And then, like, I had just gotten back to LA from Fresno. And Fresno for me was not a beautiful experience. So I was at the end of my wits with that. And I was like, you think this is what's going to make me crack? Oh, buddy, no. Bye. I think I already lived a little too much for my age to actually care if you guys think I'm cool or not, and whatever. So, like, I actually stood up to the bully, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna fight with you. Bye. And then they got bored of freaking egging me on. So I was like, obviously it doesn't always play out in every story, but like, I think I stood my ground to the point where I was just like, okay, I hate myself too, and if I could kick my own ass, I would. So, so here we are, and it kind of ruins the point of wanting to kick someone's ass, you know. If that person is just like, I hate myself too, it's okay. But yeah, what about your last day of high school? Like, how do you feel towards that?
Wait, hold on. I want to see if she ever got in a fight.
Oh yeah. I feel like Tanya has. You did.
How many?
Don't lie
how
to
many?
me.
In high school?
Yeah.
Don't go into details if you don't want to, but just
how many?
Say how many.
What's the number?
So less than 10?
That's it?
In high school too. Middle school was different, but high school, yes.
I thought you had like a whole repertoire.
Oh no.
Tanya's a lover, not a fighter.
I never did, but my group of friends did. Because one of our friends was pregnant, and she wanted a piece of cake that somebody else had, and they refused to give her.
Oh, okay.
And so, no, hold on. And so my friend got an apple and threw it at her, and that started the whole thing.
No.
I've been involved in food fights.
No, but I'm talking about like
I've been involved in that because no one would know that it was me throwing that stuff. But no.
I think one of the fights, it was in front of my sister, and I felt so bad because my sister was young. She was younger, and I think I was like...
You're a bad influence.
I was like 15. And she was a little younger. She's 5 years younger than me, so she was like 10. And I remember we were walking towards... We used to play softball for a park in Cahuenga, in San Monica. Oh, okay. Yeah. And I remember that this girl that used to live with us, that's a different story. But this girl, like, basically, like, she had it against me because she thought that I told my mom to call the cops on her when she ran away. And, like, my mom was her legal guardian. And she just didn't want to deal with my mom's rules, so she ran away. And all I remember is that, like, when we were walking towards, like, the game, she came out of nowhere, dude. Like, she comes out of nowhere. And it was my two friends, my sister and me. And this girl comes out of nowhere, dude, and we start going at it in the middle of the street. Mind you, in the middle of the street. And there's nothing but, like, the windows that were next to us were, like, you know those plastic black windows?
Yeah.
So that was that. And so in one of those, like, the girl, like, literally rushed me, dude. She picked me up and pushed me against the window. And all I remember was that I bounced back. And then my sister was crying. And then I can hear my friend like, Tanya, let her go, because your sister's crying, And I was like, no, there's no way. And then I hear my sister, stop, Tanya, stop. Dude, all I remember was like, she was pulling my hair. All I remember was she was pulling my hair. And I was like, all right, my sister's here. So I put my arms up so that my friend would see. And then she gets in, and it was just this big ass mess, dude. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. And then and she had her nails really long. Oh. So that's what she used. Like, she was scratching mostly.
See, that's cheating.
Yeah, dude, she was scratching and pulling my hair.
That's cheating.
Hey, girl, whoever Tanya thought, you're sausage.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me, and I was like, I'm on her side.
I'm sausage.
Let's see, what else happened in high school?
Have you seen her since then?
I have not, but I heard that I think she's in jail.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that sucks.
She got involved like with like 18th Street and stuff like that, and she just became like
sausages imprisoned.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did. She has 3 kids.
I think it sucks, when you grow up with people in high school and they go down a road where you're like,
damn,
I can't go where you follow, you know? Like, I can't follow you, or like
where you are right now.
I can't follow the road you're heading towards. I know that a lot of people are like that. I don't even know where they're at right now. You know, like I knew some guy named Danny. We called him SpongeBob. I have no idea where he's at. But like people just kind of like fall off the face of the earth, you know. Like a lot of the like usual clique is like a bit disbanded. When my high school friend got married a month or so ago, is when I saw some familiar faces, and yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like my friend that like was my best friend in like 9th grade, like the first 2 years of high school, and that jerk decided to go to Marshall and leave me all alone. Yeah, like I was like, hey, yeah, you know, so-and-so's getting married, blah, blah, blah. She was like, yeah, I'll go with you. And I was like, sweet. Another single person, we're gonna drink, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, oh, I might as well tell you, oh, I have a child. And I was like, what? You didn't call me?
remember you told me that.
You didn't tell me. I was just sitting there like, this person has a child right now. This person that told me this has a child now. And I looked at her and I was like, dude, I can't grasp the idea that you're a mom. Like, do you know what I know about you? Like,
damn.
Like, I mean, it's not even that bad. It's just like we all became like sexually active people.
And now they're all babies.
And now except me.
Everyone's having babies.
Yeah. My friend just announced that she's having a baby.
You see, everyone's having babies.
I have to announce that I am not having a baby.
I was just waiting for Sonia to be like, I'm pregnant. I was like, oh shit.
I was just messing with this one because like today, Diana, dude, she said something and she's like, "You're baby." She's like, "You're baby brain, huh? You're pregnant, huh? You're pregnant." And I started laughing and I was like, "Diana, this is how gossip starts." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And then later on, I guess she made a mistake over the walkie, so I was like, I paged her extension. I go, "Diana." She was like, I was like, "You must be pregnant, huh?" She was like, "Maybe," with her big ass belly.
Oh, you know.
So yeah. Did you guys have a favorite teacher?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Oh, you said your choir teacher,
I had two.
right?
Mr. Patterson, yes.
No, did you guys ever had a crush on a teacher?
Yes. I'm too.
Yeah, Mr. Alas. He was my volleyball coach. He was my volleyball coach, and he was so cute, dude. And he's like the guy that used to help him coach.
Damn, look at her. She knows the name.
I did.
So our senior year, we had our economics.
It's a margarita already, guys.
Our economics teacher. His name was Mr. Joe Karras, and we were all in love with him. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think he was ugly. I thought he was cute as well and handsome, but I wasn't into him as everybody else was. Like, everybody else had a crush on him. And my friend did too. And we would sit right next to each other in class. So whenever in class he would be like, "Oh yeah, my fiance," and I'd be like, "Damn, Isabel." Like, oh shit, I just put it on blast.
Good job.
I'd be like, "Damn, girl, like, I didn't know you did that over the weekend." Like, stuff like that. And like, he would come close to us and then walk away. She would be like, "I love you." Into him, and I would just laugh because if I recall correctly, she whispered something once, and he was like, "What?" And we were like, "Huh?" No one said anything. Like, what are you talking about? So like, everybody had a crush on that guy. I, on the other hand, had a crush on a substitute teacher that would come often. He had like really nice big muscles and stuff, and I am not gonna say the name because I have him on social media.
Oh my god! No. Wait, so, you have to pull him up now.
I'll show you guys later.
No doubt.
But I am not gonna. Oh, my phone's away.
Go get your phone. The story can wait.
No, it cannot. let me finish the story.
Live people.
I don't want to. I don't put myself on blast, first of all, and I don't want to put him on blast.
Why not? It's been a while.
So
say
like,
what it is.
No, I'm not gonna
Why
say.
Why not?
I'm not gonna
Who
say.
is this hurting?
It's hurting me, okay?
Who is this hurting?
Because I'm pretty sure he didn't. I'm pretty sure he knew, but it was never officially said.
Who was it?
It was some dude.
What's his name?
Don't say it. I know. Don't get into the peer pressure.
So like, everybody knew that I had a crush on him. So they'd be like, "Oh my god, Mr. Blank is gonna like so-and-so's class." And I'd be like, they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" And like, he was like his side gig was like modeling and stuff.
Oh god, of course.
So I was like... Then one time I grabbed his muscles, and his muscles were like super
I thought this was gonna go somewhere else.
Anyways, so like, I was a teenager. Okay, he could have gone to jail.
Most of them don't care.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure he cares.
You know what's crazy? When we were in high school, like I had a teacher that was so young. He was like 22, 23.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would think like, oh my god, he's so old. Like I was like 14, so I was like, oh my god, he's so cute and whatever. I don't remember his name, but back then to me that was like, you're like, you know. And now I think about it and I'm like,
damn.
What was I thinking?
My god.
So yeah, I had like a complete crush on that guy, and I would make it a point to be known like, hey.
Of course.
Oh, we also had this like math teacher that he was he looked super young. Now that you got into that subject, and he would be sitting down in our like student desk sometimes, and people from the office would come in and they'd be like, "Oh, where's the teacher?" He'd be like, "I'm the teacher," and they wouldn't believe him, and it was hilarious because I was like, "They think you're a student." So people started calling him Mr. Student or Student. And I used to go into his class. I used to call him Mr. Turtle. I don't know why, you know. So I would go.
Was he an undercover Ninja Turtle?
I used to what?
I used to have a friend in high school who used to call him Turtle.
Oh, I used to go into his room and draw turtles on his whiteboard.
Oh my God.
But it would be in between classes, so he never knew who did it. And like, he didn't care, so he would like be like, whatever. And then one day I was drawing it, and like he was like, "Oh my God, it's you! You're the one who does it." And I was like, "Oh, sorry." Like, I could erase it, I guess. But he was like, no, he was not the one that I had a crush on.
Oh.
Okay, no. That was a substitute teacher. He never worked officially in the school. He was
so Turtle Boy was just Turtle Boy.
Yeah, no, he was one of the teachers that I would like.
Mr. Tortoise.
I would really be annoying towards, and I'm amazed he doesn't hate me to this day. But he was one of my favorite teachers, and I don't know how it became a thing, but I made a bet with him that if he ended up winning the bet, I was gonna buy him a Happy Meal.
Okay.
And I lost the bet, and it was an ongoing joke for all 4 years, all 4 school years and stuff. And then when it was graduation day, I was like, I can't leave without paying my bet. So like, school ended, and in between like getting ready for graduation and stuff, I ran to McDonald's and I bought a Happy Meal. And I go into his room and I was like, "Mister, a bet's a bet." And I pulled the Happy Meal and he started crying. Oh, and I was like, "No, you're not supposed to cry. This is just supposed to be me ending a cycle like on a good note." And I was like, "You were not supposed to do this." And I just stormed off. Yeah, because he made me cry. Like, all of my teachers made me cry. They were like, I was just like, why? And I obviously, like, as now, I was very uncomfortable with my emotions. So I would be like as soon as I would feel the tears, like, I'd be like, "No! Why? Why are you doing this to me?" And I would just run away, like, "I can't have you." Like I knew that I was gonna cry with my English teacher just because like we lived so much together, you know. But like everybody else, I was like, this is not fair. The only one that didn't cry was my math teacher, which is my English teacher's husband.
Was that your last day of high school?
Literally the last day. So like I was like, oh, it'd be nice if I pay my debt and I bring him a Happy Meal. Like never did I thought that this was gonna be like a grand gesture, and I was just like, "Hey, mister," he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "A bet's a bet." And then I pulled a Happy Meal and he started crying. Like, to this day, I don't remember like why we even made this bet, but like I knew that it was a thing. And like he was like, "Oh, blah blah blah," like, "I'm gonna miss you guys." And I was like, hey. I'm like, you guys are teachers. You guys are like practically robots. You're not supposed to feel things. But yeah, it was an emotional day.
sucks.
I was just like, I kept going, I don't want to be an adult, take me back. And they were like, no, go away. We already paid our dues with you.
Oh my god. I can't.
And then I like went back like a month, 2 months or so, like after graduating, and like they're like, how's the real life? I don't want it. Take me back.
Take it.
They're like, no, go be an adult. No, it's like, why? What did I do to deserve this?
What did I do wrong?
But like, all in all, you know, I had my struggles to deal with, but like, I think I made some good memories. I think
that's good.
You know, like, I had like when I walk around like high school, like, because I had to go back to my high school for my sister's graduation. Mm-hmm. Like, walking down those halls, like, it really made me reflect on like the little things and stuff that were so big when I was in high school, and I was like a do or die kind of moment. And like, once you come back in with a few years of real life kicking you in the face, you're kind of like, damn, like,
easy.
Like,
high school was a piece of cake.
It was easy
it
peasy,
was.
but
it
you,
really was.
but I feel like it's not fair for like us that we've already lived it to go back and tell like teenagers.
Oh,
like,
no,
you're not. You don't know what's like. I mean, yeah, I say you don't know what's coming, but like at the same time, I'm not like, oh, what you think is important is stupid, because it was important to me when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
yeah, but you look at it back now and you're just like, eh.
But it's one of the things that you have to learn.
But see, back then though, you wouldn't even hear that much like shooting.
I know, now it's like
now it's
concerning.
Now it's that. Now kids are
that's the norm. That's the norm.
Well, I mean, like, I just feel like
we ever had that fear of being shut up. Even in Hollywood High School, was full of gangsters, and we never had any of that concern.
For us, it wasn't like really that often, but there was an incident where like someone shot into midair.
Oh yeah.
And we were like trying to figure out like what exactly like the shots were coming from, and that was really scary. But
of course.
It was like more of an after school thing,
mm-hmm.
and not like a student.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of like we all go through that teenage angst,
mm-hmm.
but at least we had like, at least for me, I could say I was fortunate enough to have someone to like listen to me.
Yeah.
And I was also that person for my friends, where I would be like, oh, well, that's kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why wouldn't you do that? And, you know, we kind of found a way to, like, diffuse the bomb that was growing in us.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone's getting bullied constantly to the point where, like, they can't confide in a teacher or a parent or even friends, like,
mm-hmm.
like, of course people could lead into that. And I mean, it's a subject where, like, sometimes it doesn't have, like, well, where everybody that plays part in the story is kind of a victim.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's important to have these conversations with people, like, just to make them feel like, you know, in high school, we're all trying to figure out who we are as people.
Yeah.
You know, like, we all have those fun moments, and we all have those, like, super, like, crummy moments. You know, when I was in high school, a friend of mine and my ex-boyfriend, they got jumped. They got stabbed, and they were in the hospital. Yeah. You know, and that was really scary for all of us that were involved and knew them. Like, we were like in a situation where we didn't know if they were gonna make it or if they were gonna be okay and
mm-hmm.
stuff. But like, I feel like it didn't it only happened when, like, you know, it was after school or you not in school. Yeah. So to a certain extent, school was a like safe zone back then. But at the same time, like, you know how people are easy to point out, like, well, that was just a troublesome kid, you know, like my friends might have looked like troublesome kids, but they were trying to mend their ways. Like they were getting really involved in school. They were doing so much better in school than I was. They were really smart people, very like educated and stuff, and driven. And they went to college. They got degrees and stuff, like, you know. So you can't really judge a book by its cover, and you can't really point a finger if you're not gonna be ready to involve yourself in like trying to find a solution or trying to open a conversation towards it, you know. Like, I feel like the more that we make our stories relatable, like, I think, you know, they will kind of get a point of where, like, being a teenager is a difficult time, because you're being infested by all of these emotions. Like, you're becoming like a sexually active person. That's already like enough of a pressure where, like, if you're like a little nerd kid, like, or you feel like you're ugly, or you're like overweight, or you're too skinny, scrawny little kid, like, that's gonna make you feel a certain way, you know, whether the outside people don't see it that way, you know. And, like, you know, we have like the people that are like breaking out of their house just to have fun, you know, because because I mean, we all lied to our parents at some point and said that we were gonna
Mom, don't listen to Belky.
That we were in one place and we were not, you know. Like, I did it a few times.
I never did.
Yeah.
You know, and
I didn't.
You know, and I was always like, oh my God, what if like a car runs me over and then I die? And then my mom's like, why wasn't she in school? You know, like,
why is she dead?
Because I obviously, every time that I did something bad, I would take it from like literally a 1 to like a billion, like in nanoseconds. And I always thought of the worst possible scenario, and I always rated the bad things that would do, like, in a rate of how badly do I want to be at this party or this event, or how badly do I want to do this thing, you know. So, like, if something was like meh to me, it wasn't worth me getting in trouble with my mom and stuff. Like, I think for me it helped that I had teachers and all that stuff, that like really were very supportive to their students. So that helped my like perspective of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will stop talking because I'm taking up time.
I'm taking up time.
Well, I think this is all
but yeah, that was it. Like, this was interesting to know more about you guys as high school students.
High school students?
Yeah.
As an emo kid listening to my
I genuinely feel like if we would have met in high school, we wouldn't be friends.
I generally believe so too. I think maybe Tanya, but not you. I feel like you wouldn't like me. Because
I just feel like we wouldn't be around each other enough.
Exactly.
I don't think it would be that we wouldn't.
I feel like Eric genuinely wouldn't like me.
I don't know, cause like I was in volleyball and choir and all that, so I was never like.
I was in nothing, so I was just like hanging around,
just there,
taking up space, listening to My Chemical Romance.
I was there late. Just make it for 2 periods.
Well, maybe we would have met in like detention and stuff.
I never had detention.
Okay, see, then
and if I did, I just never showed up.
Then maybe I would have hated you. I would have been like, this guy gets away with everything. My bus broke down. I didn't mean to be late. They made me late.
He was purposely late and he's
oh my God, this one time, the bus closed the door on my arm and drove away.
Oh my God.
Minutes. Yes.
Alright, guys, I think...
I just remembered that. It was terrible.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap up this show. It was fun. It was fun. Like I said, I like learning a lot from you guys.
I talk too much. That's what I learned.
No, you don't. You don't talk too much. It makes for quality content.
I'm always taking up the most time. I should just make it my show.
Belky and Friends.
Belky and Friends. Under new movie. Alrighty. Well, we'll see you guys
next week.
Next week.
What are we gonna say?
Next Friday.
Yeah,
we'll see you, but we're not gonna see them.
We're not gonna see you. You're gonna hear us next week.
Yeah.
And we'll have a interesting topic for you guys.
What's next week's topic?
TBG.
Okay.
We'll post it on Instagram so you guys can
follow our Instagram at Perfectly Shameless.
Yes.
Follow Tanya at Neezy. So cheesy.
And follow Belky and Belcats.
With a Z.
With a Z.
And follow Eric After Dark.
Eric
at Eric After Dark.
Eric with a K, not the C people.
Yes, Tanya.
Can we make that the subject next week?
Bye.
I love how you do a